are off once again to the rescue.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Oh, this is my favorite. Excellent.
Holy interactive menus, Batman.
Precisely, Robin. It must be some sort of modern navigation device. How clever.
News Talk 1430 WXNT. Now back to the edge of the web with Aaron Sparks.
You're back with Edge of the Web Radio with Site Strategics. This is Aaron Sparks and John Thompson, and the new Media Academics Club of IU of Kokomo. Say hi, guys.
Hey.
Tell you what, we're having a new media day here on our radio show. We actually do a radio show every week. Site Strategics is a social media and search engine optimization company that provides really inbound marketing for your business's website. We're located on the south side of Indianapolis, and we've been doing this for a good long period of time. And the radio show has been something we've been doing this year of just helping educate potential clients and prospects about these different mediums, these different services for their website. It's we offer. What do we offer, John, in the line of services for?
We do SEO consulting. We do social media, link building services. Mm-hmm. Basically, the SEO consultant, we just like to give a strategic solution for your online marketing. That kind of encompasses everything, and that's what we do.
I think a clear difference or a definition of our company is we focus on strategic and successful web solutions. That's what we focus on. It's not enough to build a website. It's not enough to hire somebody just to build your website without paying attention to what they're building, how the engines are actually going to interpret that content, and how people can actually engage. And we've had a number of different shows talking about having different things on your website to be able to share content. That's one of the biggest things that can easily be done for anybody's website. Just putting on some easy to share buttons, tweet this, Facebook this. I mean, consumers if they're on the internet and they're browsing, they're actually engaged with social media. They have a Twitter account, they have a Facebook account. I mean, there's 500 million users, if not more. I know there's more on Facebook. Mm-hmm. There's 182 million actively on any given month on Facebook, and they're searching your content. Gone are the days that people are actually looking up in the newspaper or the yellow pages. Not the dog yellow pages, but I mean the point is that they're not looking up business references in the traditional mean. They're finding websites. No, they're finding your business on a search. If you're going to Google, which is now a verb, it's literally if you're not in front, and if you're not on top of that, if you're not in the top 10, or on top of that, if you're not in the top 3 of a given search result, people are going to change their search result and query something else, refine their search, and if you're not there, they're finding somebody else. So from a visibility standpoint, from a real estate standpoint, this has to actually be your goal before you even build a website, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And from a new media aspect, we'll talk about that real quick, you need to have all the opportunity of engagement factors offered up to potential prospects, because the loss of that is really you're saying to the customer that, you know what, I don't really value where you are in your sphere. I'm not going to give you the tools necessary to actually engage with us. And you're distancing them from that particular engagement or that type of relationship connection. The services that we offer, they can certainly be itemized into different pieces.
That's why I like to say online marketing.
Exactly. Inbound marketing. Anything that we can do to actually bring customers to you, and then it's not just about bringing that horse to the water. We actually get them to drink. And
we show that they drink.
That's right.
Right.
So let's talk about new media marketing. New media is a marketing and communication tool that uses technology such as video, multimedia, and the web to convey a message, right? This new innovative form of communication enables anyone to express their ideas and opinions in an interactive way using a variety of digital media. You know, web videos, different blogs, social networks, podcasts are just some of the forms of new media that have been a successful part of marketing, right?
Right.
I think it's really you have to embrace the concept that a business can no longer be a passive kind of edifice. You know, is that you've got that that company that you go to, because the company's made up of people, and those people are social, right? So it's almost a restriction, and there's a lot of reluctancy inside of business, but there's a restriction if you govern the people in your company not to actually engage with customers only, or if they engage, it's only through tech support, right? There is a personality that you can create of the business. And now, granted, you have to manage it and make sure that it's the right communication that you're sending out, that people aren't just going off the reservation and bad mouthing the company, or representing the company in a bad way. But you literally have to engage. You have to have that type of interaction with your audience. And for example, interaction with the audience right now. What other type of new media concepts can you guys bring up real quick? Give me some shouts out of different things that are inside new media.
Scheduling.
We're
out for a couple of days.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely. We're talking about. I mean, even that. Just making sure that you have a response whenever somebody's away from their desk. Right. What other types of visual or interactive media have you guys come across?
Any kind of design, big graphic designer,
So design.
Design's key, because it's no longer. I mean, if you think of the design in the same way as what you were thinking, what companies were thinking of it inside of traditional marketing collateral, is very passive. Although it would be warm and embracing, it was not interactive, right?
It'd be the structure of the interaction.
That's right.
The structure.
And more importantly, you're actually guiding the structure of that interaction. And what's called conversion rate optimization, you can actually have so much traffic coming to a particular page, and you can actually guide. It's almost like, if you think of the visual, the rainforest, right? And you have all the different leaves that are actually capturing water, and the water rains down. Well, you've seen it before. You can actually move this leaf over here, this leaf over here, and all of a sudden that water starts running down. Well, that's what you're doing with putting in particular graphics in different stages of a particular funnel of traffic. Is that, okay, I got this amount of traffic coming to this page. Graphically, what am I going to actually put here? What type of interactive elements can I do to make that amount of traffic more interactive, but also guide them to whatever bucket that I want them to fall into, right? So it's not just pushing, it's also pulling. And that's the entire environment of new media, is that if you don't pay attention to how you're interacting, right? And you can broadcast content until the day is long, but if you're not paying attention to how they're interacting with that content, you're missing the boat. It's really half the battle right there is getting customers to be able to interact with your website on something that's visually stimulating, but also guiding and instructive, and it actually builds upon what they were looking for to begin with.
Yeah, where's the call to action? One thing we like to tell clients is print off a sheet of your web page. Take a step back, take 6 feet back, and see where's the conversion point. Is it clear to you 6 feet back?
That's right.
I mean, that's important to know.
That's right. Absolutely. When we're talking about new media, we're talking about social media. That's the first thing that comes to mind, new media. But at the same time, you also are looking at what new elements are inside websites and what components you can actually utilize. You must, if you have a site, and I'm talking to businessmen right now, business owners, if you have a website that you have not changed in 5 years, right? Now, you put an investment in, maybe you put $10,000 into your website 5 years ago. You thought that was the end of it. It's not, because literally websites are changing on a yearly basis, sometimes 6-month basis, right?
Yeah. I'd like to take a poll. I'm one to ask the students here, do you think you can tell the difference? Can you tell a website that if it's aged? Can you guys, you think every one of you can?
How do you tell that? Tell me how you tell that.
There's no interaction. For one, there's no interaction. For
right.
two, you go to a web page that hasn't been updated since 2008. You can just tell. Websites now are, like I said, more interactive. You go to a website, some have Flash, some don't. But then you can go to another website where the background's still pink and you've got stars flashing in the back.
Kittens, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Kittens flash.
No, that's cutting edge, though. That's cutting edge.
That is. It's 2012.
I mean, even the copyright, even as much as just a copyright on the bottom of the page, copyright 2008. Are you kidding me? I mean, literally, are you telling me that you haven't updated this page in 4 bloody years. I mean, come on.
Aaron's going to chop you for that.
Absolutely. But I mean, along with that, if you're not seeing regular updates to the content, you don't know how long how long that's been stagnant, right? Mm-hmm. Freshness, a regular Twitter feed on a website, actually having elements that show you that you can actually get in contact with somebody, even a live chat, right?
That's a big part of the transparency. As a customer, or if you're looking at a business, you want to see transparency, and if they're updating constantly and providing that interaction, I'm going to trust this business that way.
You want to be able to get a hold of that business right away.
Right.
You said something key. It's the trust factor. It's that personal relationship that I can have with a company that was never there before. It always was that edifice, right? But now I know as a consumer, I'm in control of your brand. I mean, think about that. I could actually start a brush fire. And this is what Comcast did a long time ago. They got in front of social media real quick, because if somebody was tweeting about a bad installation, all of a sudden there's a brush fire of negativity. I mean, with a hashtag fail right there. I mean, that was a scarlet letter, So consumers know that they can affect your company and affect your revenue. And with that power, here's my Spider-Man reference, comes great responsibility. Unfortunately, consumers don't have that much responsibility, and that's a whole other discussion right there. But they do know that they affect your brand, so you have to give them the ability to interact with you. Now, there's also a risk involved, because no longer can you just kind of stay away and then react to something in a more passive role. You have to engage. That's what brand management is all about. And all these different pieces of medium are there to actually enhance your brand, be able to show consumers that you are inactive, that you're on your game, and that you're paying attention to the dialogue that's going on about their company, right?
Yeah, one example of that is actually one of our clients, Sarah Fisher Hartman Racing. We launched their site, okay, and when we launched their site, Sarah, she's got thousands of followers, and she tweeted, "Hey, our brand new site's up, check it out." Well, one of the fans got on their Facebook page and said, "This is not, giving me the information I need." So I actually jumped into Facebook, started talking to the client, said, we're going to change that. We changed it, and corrected that problem. But that's a perfect example, real world example of how that happens.
Absolutely. I mean, being able to react. I mean, that can lead you down the rabbit hole too. If you're reacting so much to every. And that was kind of interesting. Is that what's something funny is that what's the mustard? The Grey Poupon. Grey Poupon. There's a story just recently. Grey Poupon actually, with their engagement in Facebook, actually have been removing some of the. I wouldn't say negative, but some of the uncouth users that are in there interacting. Now think about that from a brand standpoint, right? They're that echelon of
Grey Poupon.
And some of the kind of uncouth type of comments, not really negative about that. I'm keeping the negative stuff on there. But if you're not really classy in how you're actually talking to the company, they're posturing themselves as, we're going to just remove you. I mean, that's a different type of environment, is that you can actually enhance your brand, just how you actually do regular communication inside new media. Well, we'll be talking about new media a bit into the next segment, but you are listening to Edge of the Web Radio here on WXNT News Talk 1430. We'll talk to you real soon.